7744 Woody. Hit us up with a text, a Friday check-in over to 22987. Gina Grad with the trending news headlines.
Yes, sir. Well, a Pennsylvania state judge has ruled that Elon Musk can continue to give away cash to registered voters, for now anyway. They just had a hearing on it, and the judge said that the lawsuit will be put on hold while a federal court decides whether to take up the case or not. Now, if the federal court chooses not to rule on it, then that goes back to the state court, but it's unlikely that the case will be resolved before the election anyway.
Yeah, but
crunch time.
Even still, I kind of feel like Elon might have had somebody who works for him look into it. I don't know. I'm very ignorant, obviously. I don't know what all the ins and outs of the law are.
Same. Yeah.
It sounds and looks shady.
Yeah. A
right?
little sketchy vibe.
Sketchy, but there's so much sketchy stuff that happens that I don't know what's gray area, what's black and white,
And I think he's testing that boundary to find out.
Yeah.
Well, Starbucks, I don't know if you guys tried this. I've got to know. They're ditching its Oleato line. That's the olive oil infused coffee drinks that customers call the legit laxative.
It's over already?
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
I mean, we crapped on it since the beginning.
Literally.
Apparently,
I think a lot of people probably crapped from it.
That's
right.
Oil in your coffee?
Ugh.
But apparently it is super popular where it came from. I think
In Italy.
In Italy,
Yeah.
yes.
It sounds bad. I've never
He wanted
tried
to bring
it.
this back. Well, you think of like the bulletproof or whatever, like people put butter in their coffee.
Yeah.
Like, why not olive oil? Well, they only debuted nationwide about 9 months ago, and their now former CEO, Howard Schultz, pushed the idea and claimed it would, quote, transform the coffee industry, but it didn't. The drinks never caught on, partly because most people aren't down with olive oil in their coffee.
Yeah,
Plus,
why?
But the reviews, not so great. People complained about major stomach issues, major bowel issues.
Yeah.
They'll disappear from Starbucks menus in the U.S. over the next week or so.
Well, think about it, because coffee makes you crap anyway, right?
Right,
Yeah.
so why
Okay.
supercharge
It does.
it?
Yeah, and this basically just lubes up your turds.
Yeah, and it
Makes them fire out.
And it's
That's like a slip. It just adds a little slip and slide action for it. I guess maybe if you're constipated,
Yeah, then
have some of this olive oil
I mean,
coffee.
It's like
coffee.
a flume.
I mean, if people didn't grow up on it, they're not used to it at all. So I'm sure.
But you'd think this is really not that far of a jump from the grass-fed butter coffee that hipsters love so
I would
much.
never try that ever.
Oh well,
But
then-
I tried the butter
do-
before the oil.
You know, it's crazy. They say that, Starbucks is down and they're not making any money. Like, I went yesterday and the line was so long that I had to leave and come back.
All right, so there was a Mexican restaurant right by my house that closed down, and that building's been empty for, I don't know, maybe a year.
oh wow,
Yeah.
Right? Pretty good sized place.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They just put up a sign. They already started remodeling. It's going to be a Starbucks.
Okay.
Okay,
Of course
great.
it is.
Sweet.
Literally right down the street, maybe 3 blocks, there's another brand new Starbucks that just opened maybe like 2 years ago, like a standalone
Right.
with the drive-through and the whole thing. That standalone is in the parking lot of the grocery store, which also has a
Yeah,
Starbucks
exactly.
inside. And so the joke is
monopoly.
whenever anything gets announced, like, oh, well, there's going to be a new business opening up in this spot, the joke in our neighborhood is, oh, it's probably another Starbucks. But the thing is, it's not a joke.
It's
Yeah.
Because
happening.
they just keep opening these Starbucks. They're clearly making money.
Yeah,
It's like
it
a
might-
Starbucks in a Starbucks.
I think in my radius of the neighborhood is 38 Starbuckses.
Yeah,
It's
because I
insane.
remember the one radio station we worked at, there was a Starbucks right across the street from us, and then right across the street from that on the opposite corner
Yeah.
was another Starbucks.
There's
Yeah.
one city block that had a Starbucks on each corner
Yeah.
in one block.
So, I mean, they say they're down, but I think it's the efficiency thing that they really want to work on.
Yeah. Anyway, no one's crying for Starbucks.
Right. Well, Bob Costas has called his final MLB game. According to reports, Costas is retiring from baseball play-by-play after 42 seasons. He's 72 years old, by the way. His TBS contract expired after this season, and The Atlantic says he plans to publicly address his retirement later. Costas began his baseball career calling games for NBC in 1982.
Damn.
Yeah. Before that, I think he was a play-by-play guy for the Cardinals in St. Louis.
Specifically?
Yeah, like he started as a local. I think he's a St. Louis guy, but he started doing stuff for the radio station there, I believe, KMOX, and then the St. Louis Cardinals, and then from there went to NBC.
Oh, wow. Well, he's been inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. That happened in 2018. He joined the TBS crew in 2021. And he is one of those people, I hope I don't jinx it. There is no stink on this guy. He's perfect. He's beloved. I don't want to hear about any skeletons in his closet.
Yeah.
We all love Bob Costas.
Yeah. Although he was getting crapped on a lot for the last couple seasons of his. They say he just wasn't enthusiastic enough.
Well,
like in some big moments in
he's
these
over it.
games, these
He was
playoff
over
games
it.
that he was calling. So maybe that's why he's stepping away. Like, you know what? I don't need this crap.
Yeah.
The first thing
I
I
have a
think
legacy to uphold.
Right.
when I hear the name Bob Costas, I think Olympics.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
know, I don't even. Yeah, but it's funny how he says, "I'll publicly address it later." What's to address?
Yeah,
I'm
it's done.
retiring.
Yeah, bye.
Just
Bye.
confirm it. Remember when he did the Olympics and he had that like eye problem?
No.
Oh, you guys should
Was it
Google
pink eye?
It was like pink eye. It was
Somebody
pretty,
farted on his pillow or something?
Probably.
That's how you get it.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure
I
that's
don't
one
know.
way.
I mean,
According to Knocked Up, anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like butt adjacent.
Right,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
Somebody fart in his eye?
probably.
I
Maybe
don't
he's
know.
into that. Maybe that's what I've been waiting.
Maybe
the
he
skeleton.
didn't wash his hands, and then he had he wiped his
That's
eye
Right.
to get like an
Fecal
eye booger
matter.
out of there.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
pink
is
eye.
breaking news. Well, the Obama's 26-year-old daughter, Malia, is an aspiring filmmaker, but she is not using her last name in her professional life, everybody. She just goes by Malia Ann. And how does President Obama feel about that? Well, he says, I was like, you do know that they all know who you are. And she was like, you know what? I want them to watch it for the first time and not in any way have that association. He added that Malia and Sasha are both very stubborn about receiving help from their parents, and the attention they get in the media is, quote, driving them nuts.
Which is cool. I mean, I
Yeah.
get it. I always feel bad
I think
for
they're-
whoever
yeah.
the children of presidents are.
Yeah,
Because
that
there's
would
so
not be
much
easy.
charge in politics.
Oh, yeah. We've had a lot of kids in the White House.
There's
And-
no win situation.
And then, I mean, people just hate on them so
Yeah.
much, like the whoever the president is.
Yeah.
And it just rolls down to their kids, and people are getting in on their kids on stuff. Like, they didn't ask to be
Yeah,
in this
they didn't
position.
choose
No
this
way.
life.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean the Bush girls and Chelsea Clinton. I mean, there's been
Yeah.
a lot of kids running around that White House.
Yeah. So I thought it was funny when they were out there smoking, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
good
yeah.
for them.
yeah, live
Yeah.
your
There's
life.
got to be so much pressure to just be absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
And,
That'd be tough.
yeah. So you want to rebel a little bit.
Yeah,
Hey,
good for
today
her.
is Day of the Dead, by the way. It starts today, ends on tomorrow. I guess it's 2 days. I always
Okay.
thought it was just a day, but
Days of
it's
the Dead.
It's today and tomorrow. It's a Mexican tradition. It goes back thousands of years, but it's a day meant to honor those who have died and keep their memory alive, because it's believed that the spirits of the dead return home to spend time with their families. So today, a lot of people will be visiting graves of their dead relatives and loved ones, and not really to mourn. It's supposed to be more of a celebration.
Yeah, like in Coco.
Like some pray, play music, clean up the grave sites, things like that. And it's, predominantly associated with Mexico, but other countries celebrate their own versions of the holiday
Yeah.
as well.
It's nice.
Everybody
Dia
got
de
dead
los
homies.
Muertos,
Yeah.
Day of the Dead. In fact, we do have Sammy put together a list of songs by dead guys.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, and by dead
singers,
guys, but
yeah,
not necessarily
artists.
just dudes.
Is
Right.
it all like boy band members and stuff?
No, I think she did a pretty good job. So
Yeah.
I was going to make it a best of 7. It's just, think about how many over the top, fantastic, legendary, dead artists there
Yeah,
are.
exactly.
What is
million.
it? 27
So
Club?
I did have to narrow it down a bit,
Okay.
but we'll go through, and then you guys will have to give me your top 5.
Oh, great.
So we'll kind of go through who we're putting into the nomination process, and then you
Okay.
guys can give me your top 5. People love these little music lists.
Yeah, we'll whittle it down.
Yeah, like a power ranking almost.
Right.
So for Day of the Dead, songs by dead people, that's coming up next here on The Woody Show. Hang on.
Back in a few. In the meantime, have an existential crisis. The Woody Show. Alt 98.7. LA's new alternative.
Alt 98.7.